Hello, viewers. My name is Helen, the set person of Marriage on the Rock and Singles with Purpose. In our last episode, I brought to Rose boundaries, healthy boundaries between work and family. These are what not to do. But today, I am here by the special grace of God to tell you how to do it. Start each day with a priority review. Identify your top 1 to 3 priorities, both at work and then at home. You do them according to their importance. So you would not have to go for the least important, leaving the most important behind. Similar tasks. If you will have to group your work at home and then your own chores at home together so that they can go concurrently, you will have to batch them, similar tasks, so it will be convenient and much more easier for you to do similar tasks at the same time. Use shared calendar. Have one visible calendar for both work deadlines and family events. This will actually prevent you from double booking and keep everyone aware of important dates so that it will not be on a day when you have something very, very important and urgent to do, then you have something interrupting from your work. So both of them, you keep them together. Yeah, it is okay for you to have the same calendar, marking the important event at home and then marking important event for deadlines at work. This will keep you focused without leaving anything behind. None of your activities both at work and then at home would suffer neglect. The next one I would love to mention is about meals and errands planning. This will be very, very important and helpful to my gender. So instead of you going to stores over and over, maybe you run errands almost every day of the week, why don't you plan it? Why don't you plan your meal as well so that you will not be stressed at every day, like looking for what to eat and then there are no ingredients at home? I think you can actually plan that. For example, I did that sometimes ago when my schedule was so choking and I couldn't find space within myself, my work and my family. So I was able to plan my own activity. I have a day I go for shopping for a whole week, and then I have a way I cook all the Saturdays and keep them in the refrigerator. So the next one is that you should leverage waiting time. Please, maybe when you are in a bus, if you travel a long way every day to your place of work, you can use that waiting time, like that period that you were in transit, you can actually use it to connect with the members of your family. You can be praying, you can listen to something that will uplift your spirit. You can actually, if you are not the one driving, you can send messages, mails to your people. I think Hobby does this a lot of time when every one of us were at home, out of the house, and then I think this is what he does before the day gets busy. He sends messages to all of us, including me, beginning from me and then the children at school. You send them messages, so everybody must have been contacted every morning, even before the day gets choked up. So you can actually leverage on your waiting time before things become so busy and your activity becomes so clumsy. You can actually use the waiting time to bond with your members of family, or you can even use it to lift your spirit. You know what this is actually teaching us? No time is wasted. Either I am stuck in the traffic, I can still use that time proactively, positively. So one I want to mention, please hear this clearly, that you should set weekly family rituals that are not negotiable, but they are consistent moments that you must actually have with your family member. Yes, be intentional at creating time for the things that are important to every member of your family. Could it be their birthday? Please take note of it and then be part of it. This is the only way you can stay in touch and then stay in connection. This is the only way the bond of your family will not be broken because of activities, so that you can stay relevant in your home. Delegate with clear instructions. You can't shoulder everything, every work at home. If you have subordinates, please learn to delegate tasks, okay? If you are at home and then you have some of your children that are already matured who do one or two things, assign them, delegate them, but with clear instructions, so that you will not get home and begin to do what your children are meant to have helped you in doing, so that you will not get to work and then what your assistant would have helped you to do, you put everything on your shoulder and then you become so much overwhelmed. So please learn to delegate. It's okay, it's all right, it's relieving. Yeah. Again, you are to plan your rest as seriously as your work. Remember that you don't have two lives, you have only one. So you can schedule your downtime the way you would schedule a meeting. Yeah, without guilt. It is okay to rest. You cannot work round the clock 24/7, and then you will still expect your health to be in good order. So be intentional about your rest. Yeah, you are physically busy, you are mentally busy, you are like everything is just choking you up. So please plan your rest time. Make it as serious as your work. It is important. It will help you. Late wake up time on Saturdays is what we do in my family. So be intentional in the things you do that could help you and your family stay together without much interruption from work or every other thing surrounding you into suffocating your marriage. Take it. This is the next one I want to say. No matter what your work looks like, no matter how complicated it is, I want you to please engage this, that you should involve your family members in the light work moment. What you do, it will just keep them updated. It's like it could have the ability to create a stronger link between you and your spouse, and then between you and your children. There are times you could bring like maybe some flimsy part that you felt that they would understand. What you do, then you discuss with them on a lighter mood so that everybody can relate with what mommy does. Everyone can be at the same place that, okay, this is what daddy does. This is how family remain on the same level without leaving anyone behind. The last but not the least is that you should reflect and then adjust on weekly basis. Sometimes some weeks or some months, they come with their own peculiarities. So be like an arrow. If you really want to be rigid, that I must run this week the same way I ran last week, you cannot be stationed with a particular pattern that this is the way I want to run my home, this is the way I want to run my office, and then you stay true with it without bending, without adjustment. So most of the time you will have to reflect about the errors you have made, about the things that are complicated, so that the next week might actually, this is where we should grow. This is what I believe, that this week should be better than last week. So if I felt suffocated in a particular event, under a particular situation last week, I shouldn't fall into the same pit this week. So I must have learned from the errors in last week. So every week, every day, every month, please reflect, and then you adjust accordingly so that your family can keep on getting better. Even if it is at work, you can actually reflect to maybe the way you run your schedule. Yeah, you can actually put it then, reflect, and then you adjust, you readjust, and then you readjust until you have a smooth sailing method, until you have a smooth sailing way of doing things. I really believe that your shortfalls for last week should not be the same shortfalls or the shortcomings for this week. So you learn from the mistakes of the past to review the present so that you can have a better future. That is the way we should run our home. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for staying glued to the screen. I pray that the Lord will bless your home, that neither your family or your work will bring disgrace to God, and neither your home or your work will bring frustrations to you in particular. And I pray that your life will be an example for others to follow. Thank you so much. If you have comments, please drop them at the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and send. Please share these videos to your friends and your family. It will save a soul. Thank you so much. Call me directly on 070-37150-154. Bye-bye. Have a lovely weekend.